What up, my dudes, and welcome back. Today I'm going to be teaching you all how to make a delicious gluten-free Loco Moco. Loco Moco, it's fun to say. This is a Hawaiian dish from the Big Island, I believe. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. And it consists of just rice, burger, and some gravy and an egg, but it is delicious and extremely easy to make. So, without further ado, let's get to it. This is Loco Moco, so we're going to ask him if he can make us his namesake. Well, okay, we'll move on then. So for our beef, we're going to need some ground beef, about a half pound to 3/4 pound worth. We're going to need seasoning salt, garlic powder, pepper, and Worcestershire. Now for our sauce, we're going to need 1.5 cups of beef stock, Worcestershire sauce, gluten-free soy sauce if you're gluten intolerant, ketchup, and some cornstarch for later. In addition, for garnish, we're going to end up needing 2 eggs, because we're making 2 of these, some butter to cook them in, scallions, and some toasted sesame seeds. So first start with a half pound of meat and grind about a half tablespoon of black pepper into that meat. Next, we're going to move on and use some garlic powder, about a teaspoon worth. This stuff is strong. And then we are going to use about a half tablespoon of seasoning salt. Next, we're going to use a full tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. If you buy this brand, I can guarantee you it actually is gluten-free. Otherwise, any Worcestershire sauce will do. Mix it all together until you have it combined like so. Next, we're going to form ourselves 2 patties by pounding them together. We want to use a light touch. If you go for too long, you'll emulsify the fat. And then we're going to flatten down to like this. I like a thick boy hamburger, so I made mine thick. And you should end up with 2. If you ended up with 1, you didn't make enough. Now we're going to take our beef stock, pour ourselves out 1.5 cups of beef stock, like so. Next to our beef stock, we are going to go ahead and just mix in directly 4 teaspoons of soy sauce. I'm using gluten-free tamari. You can use a shoyu if you prefer, or just regular soy sauce. You can even use a light soy sauce if you're watching your sodium intake. Next, we're going to add ourselves 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce again. Then we are going to add 2 teaspoons of ketchup. Any brand is fine. It does not matter. Just make sure you shake up your ketchup. We don't want that watery bit. Next, we're going to use some cornstarch, and we're going to add 5, count them, 5. That's right. Not 2, not 3, not 4. That's too little. But 5 teaspoons of cornstarch to this, like so. And then we're going to whisk to combined until our mixture looks like this, and then we're going to put it to the side. Delicious gravy. Next, we're going to take 1 small to medium-sized onion, chop it in half, and then give it a nice rough dice, like so, after we cut off our bottom parts. Again, just needs to be rough, doesn't need to be perfect here. And you can actually make them 2 different sizes to give you a little bit different texture like I do. We're also going to take our green onion, cut off the bottom rooty bit and discussing tips. And we're going to chop up the white part, and we're going to add that to the rest of our onions, because I don't like to waste food. Then we're going to take the green tops, and we're going to give them a nice little fine dice like this, until they're little small pieces, and this is going to serve as garnish for later in the dish. Next, we're going to add some butter to a cast iron skillet. You can also just use a regular frying pan if you'd like. And then we're going to add our burgers to the pan. Burgers. I guess hamburger patties. You should have 2 hamburger patties like this. And then we're going to take some rice that we cooked off screen, put them into a little mold like this, and make us a little mini rice mountain. Looks good. Dance around like nobody was watching, so your burgers cook better and faster. This is very important. And then when you get color about halfway up, and they're sizzling like so, we're going to go ahead and we're going to flip these over. We like to cook ours 3 to 5 minutes on each side, and we prefer ours a medium rare. You can cook yours to your preferred doneness. When they're done, put them on top of that rice, little tower you made. And then take your onions and toss them right into that grease. No need to drain any of it, and we're going to cook them up like so. Make sure you stir them up a little bit. And then wait until they get caramelization and deglaze with that gravy sauce that we made before. Make sure I didn't film this, but you need to scrape it up a little bit. And then reduce it until it's thick like so. And it's an actual gravy sauce. This is absolutely delicious. Take it, spoon it over the top of your burger patties, and put some around the edges for extra flavor. Look at how delicious this is. I wish you could smell this. It smelled amazing. Now we're going to melt some butter in a pan. Not the same cast iron because that has been used and we still have some leftover gravy. And we're going to put in 1 egg for Elise. And then 1 egg for me. Because they're 2 people. You can cook these to whatever doneness that you want. Ooh, look at that sizzle. Elise prefers hers to be over easy or over medium. I prefer mine to be sunny side up for this. It's up to you. You can do them over hard if you really want. Next, take your eggs, layer them on top of your burger patty and gravy. And then go ahead and garnish with those green onions that we cut up earlier. And then, completely optional, but I like to add a little bit of toasted sesame seeds on mine. And also a little bit of sriracha on top in the shape of a nice little smiley face. Because we all love smiles. Okay, wifey test.
Wifey test.
First impressions.
Very nice presentation. Looks like reminds me of a sandcastle with a hat on it.
Sandcastle.
An egg hat.
Well, there's a Hawaiian dish, so that is appropriate. All right, go ahead and get some in there.
Are you good?
Get some egg.
What up?
You getting egg yolk?
Oh, not yet. Oh. That might be.
There you go. It might have cooked while it was sitting. That's with the egg yolk.
Good?
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and grab my... Alright, guys, look at this. Oh, God. That's delicious. I gave my guy the smiley face because I like smiley faces. So I'm going to bite in. I haven't had a bite yet. Make sure I get some of that egg, some sriracha, some of that burger, gravy. That's like a really flavorful hamburger steak almost, and gravy. The egg really helps bring it home.
Oh, Jesus.
That's pretty good. Alright, let's go to the outro, Marshall. Alright guys, so that's going to wrap it up for today's video. A Loco Moco is delicious. If you grew up in the South eating like a hamburger steak with gravy, it is very reminiscent with that, with just a little bit of Asian flair. Delicious. I recommend this. If you could like, comment, subscribe, really helps out the channel and help me grow, and it'll help me be able to make some new recipes. Without further ado, toodles.